Hello, everybody. Welcome to the webinar of Introduction Makuake. My name is Takaho Iwasaki from Major Connection. I'm here as a moderator for this session today. Today, we have multiple speakers from Japan and DBEDT to introduce Makuake, which is a Japanese innovative hybrid crowdfunding and e-commerce platform, and a new project collaborating with Hawaii for Made in Hawaii product page. Before I invite our first speaker, I'd like to explain the flow of this session today. First, we will have Casey Tokumori, the Global Business Director, explain about Makuake and the application process of new Made in Hawaii page in Makuake and other informations. Next, Lyle Fujikawa will explain HiSTEP program, which is a pre-application requirements for Makuake project with some information and resources of supported system from DBEDT. And the third part of this webinar, we will invite Tsuyoshi Nomoto from Tsumiki LLC, importing agency from Japan, to explain what's the key success of launching your product in the Makuake platform. And then lastly, we have a Q&A session in the end of this webinar before closing. Here's some housekeeping things. If you have a question, please use a Q&A button at the Zoom function instead of chat function. We try not to respond to as many of the questions we can, but please understand we might not be able to respond to all the questions due to the limited of time. But even we can answer the question at this webinar, please don't worry. If you have more questions, please get in touch with either Lyle Fujikawa or Scott Tome. Their emails show on this slides, or I put the text information in the chat box. Yeah, so I will do it later after this. Also, our speaker will explain details later, but you needed to register HiSTEP program in order to launch your product in Made in Hawaii Makuake page. For registration, please check this URL in this slide or chat box, or you can scan this QR code. I can send the email and URL later in this chat, but then before further ado, sorry. I want to invite it to Casey Tokumori. Casey, are you ready for your presentation?
Yes, I'm ready. Thank you very much for your introduction.
Yeah, so please start whenever you're ready.
All right. Have you realized I switched in a t-shirt to the cute pink color?
Oh, I didn't realize it. Okay. You're wearing the t-shirts, like not our
yes, today. Like Makuake t-shirts, like presenting our company. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for this introduction. Thank you so much. So please start.
All right. Well, aloha, everybody. Thank you very much for attending this event. My name is Casey Tokumori, Global Curator of Makuake, and I'm very happy to be here and like presenting our company to you because I love Hawaii. I had a wedding ceremony in Hawaii, so I have a touch with your culture. So I'm going to start my presentation. One second. Okay. Did everybody see my presentation? Everything fine? I guess fine, right? Okay. So we are Makuake. Makuake is the so-called crowdfunding / pre-sales e-commerce platform, and we as a global curator have supported more than 700 like international businesses successfully launching Japan markets. So please consider us as a marketer or the consultant for your successful launch in the Japanese market. So today's agenda, what I'm going to talk about is these four things. Who is Makuake, and why Makuake is a great solution for your business expansion, and how to apply for Makuake. And lastly, I'm going to talk about the things that you have to consider before entering the Japanese market. So first of all, Makuake is a so-called crowdfunding slash e-commerce platform. The reason why I'm referring our company as a pre-sales e-commerce platform is like ever since we completed the IPO process back in 2019, we rebrand ourselves as pre-sales e-commerce platform because we have followed the law of e-commerce in Japan. And we are a subsidiary of the this company called Cyber Agents, the top three, the largest advertising and online marketing company. So we have that DNA and have a strong network with the Japanese market. So this is the overview of the Makuake platform. And this is a pre-sales e-commerce platform. And in each project page, the project owner talks about the reason why you are running this business, why you want to deliver your item to the Japanese market. And those people who synchronize with your idea, the people will pay the money for the feeling of cheering on. So Makuake is categorized in a zero-phase distribution market. As you know, like for example, your e-commerce platform or like Amazon or so forth are the primary distribution channel, but we are the one step earlier than a primary distribution channel. So here, Makuake, you are going to present your product before officially launching to the market. So through the Makuake project, you're able to take the milestone to the entering Japanese market. For example, like if you are first time launching your product in the Japanese market, you need to test out the potential of your product. If this is your second time launching your product in the Japanese market, then you are ready to achieve the verifiable, obtain a verifiable achievement so that you can use that result as a proof of your success when you find a business partner in Japan. So you take all the milestones before you're officially launching your product to the Japanese market. You're able to do through the Makuake. So Makuake has a variety of products in the platform. The very unique thing is alcohol beverage and like restaurant projects. So I believe like many of your many of the attendees of this event that run in the business for the food, beverages, and so forth. So please let us help how to launch into the Japanese market. So these are numbers like standing out as Makuake is the #1 platform in the Japanese market for the pre-launch market. The number I want to mention is the right top corner, like unique access UU is 13 million people in a quarter year. 13 million people is like 1/10 of Japanese whole population having visited our platform. So many people are visiting our platform and looking for something new to their life. And another number is the right middle corner, repurchase rate is more than 70%. So this number is quite strong for you is because like more than 75% of people visiting your product page already know what Makuake is trying to do and what you are trying to do through the Makuake. So you don't need to educate from zero, but they already have an expectation, like looking for something new from your company. So as you have seen the business model of Makuake, like you can tell, it's simply an e-commerce, same process, same business model as the e-commerce. You as a project owner prepare the Makuake project page, and the supporter is going to place in the pre-orders with the feeling of cheering your business on. And once your project is done, we're going to transfer the collected funds to your business account. And then you are going to deliver the promised product on the promised before the promised ETA. That's the process. And at the bottom, Makuake commission is 20%. And like 5% is the settlement fee. And the remaining 15% is going to be including our consultation also. So through our Makuake platform, many of the Hawaiian projects have been successfully launched to Japanese market. Like you have may seen a couple of the businesses right here listed. Ube cheesecake has been accomplished 50,000 USD amount of sales through the Makuake, and right top corner Cow Coffee is 15,000 USD amount of sales through the Makuake project. So now you know like who we are and why. Now I want to talk about why Makuake is a great solution for your expansion to Japanese market. Because you have seen, you are going to witness like encounter many of the difficulties like coming into the Japanese market, because we have supported more than 700 business, 700 international business successfully launch into the Japanese market annually. So we know what kind of support you need. So first thing is like our Makuake curator offers a total solution for your business expansion, because we have supported many companies so far. Like we already know what kind of support you need and the insight of the market, and we have a strong network as well. And if you need any of the supporting, if you need any kind of support, like we can introduce the key person of the support, necessary support. So our supporting system number 2 is like our own media. We're the only company that's in the crowdfunding / pre-sales e-commerce platform in Japan owns the both iOS and Android application. And also we have the SNS, email magazines, like sending out the information to the market. Through this activities, we have many, like more than 70% of the repeated purchase ratio, so that you can expect repeater coming into your Makuake project page and purchase your item. Supporting system number 3 is like our strong PR team. As I said, we are the subsidiary of the Cyber Agent company, which is the top 3 largest online marketing advertising company, so that we have a strong network to each media. Our PR team is going to support you for support your project for successful achievements. And at the same time, because of Makuake, media is like keep their eye on us, looking for new and interesting products and services coming to the Japanese market. And because your products are on Makuake, media will catch your products and feature through their platforms. And supporting system number 4 is the partner page exposure. We have so far worked with, like for example, Kobe City or the government and large corporation, and created our partner pages to feature each project that comes into the framework. And now we would like to announce that the Hawaii and the Makuake will launch a partner page early next year. And this is the webinar for inviting you to be a part of this campaign, because as you know, like Japanese people love Hawaii, and there are people like looking for Hawaiian essence into their life. And on the other side of the world in Hawaii, their products, the creator of the products and services very unique and um, interesting to the Japanese market. So we decide to work together to make a bridge between those two parties. And once we launch our partner page, like we're going to have a press conference to maximize the exposure of this event. And our media, like Japanese media, is already looking forward to the next action we're going to take. So number 3, I'm going to move on to the agenda. Number 3 is how to apply the Makuake. This is the important thing, so I want you to listen carefully and take the steps step by step. First thing you got to do is to complete HiSTEP registration. As Takaho mentioned earlier, the HiSTEP registration is the first thing that you got to do. And this is the HiSTEP, the website DBEDT.Hawaii prepared. And the right top corner is the overview of the HiSTEP registration page, and bottom corner is the QR code to the website. And next step is you have to check the Makuake criteria. So I'm going to read it out. So like, please imagine yourself like you can put the check mark on these the check boxes. So first thing is you as an applicant have completed the company registration in the state of Hawaii. So I guess you already did. And number 2, you have the final product sample ready. You have to prepare the final product sample for the Makuake project. And if you put the check mark, move on to number 3. The products are the first official launch in Japan market. Is the final sample product like first time officially launching into the Japanese market? It is okay to be like launched or like explore in the overseas market. For example, Amazon US. It is okay to be it is okay for that item to be sold on overseas platforms, but is it the first time in Japan? Okay, number 4, the products are deliverable within 6 months after the project is over. Once Makuake project campaign has been done, you have to deliver an item within 6 months frame. So please make sure you can deliver an item within 6 months. So number 5, you as an applicant have or will have one native Japanese person on the team. The reason why you need a Japanese person is like like when you apply the Makuake project, and when you create the Makuake project page, and also the customer support, you need to do everything in Japanese. That is why we're asking you to find or will find a native Japanese person in the team. And don't worry, like if you don't have any network, Makuake will help you. Okay, number 6, products such as food and cosmetics and medical equipment must or will be registered in Japan. So for this process, I'm going to talk detail later how to successfully launch the food, cosmetics, and medical equipment to the Japanese market. If you could put all the check mark in the checkbox, and then you are eligible to apply the Makuake projects. So next slide. Step number 3 is how to apply the Makuake. So now you know your products ready, right? The products never sold in Japan market. Once you find the product to be sold on the Makuake platform, next step is you're going to find a partner fluent in Japanese. The Japanese partner could be either a Japanese individual or a corporation, such as a distributor. But If you have no partner, if you cannot find any partner, please share the website or catalog about your product to the Makuake curator so that the Makuake curator can introduce the potential candidate to you. Okay, so now you know like you have found a Japanese friend or distributor to work with, then Makuake curator will set up the meeting for the kickoff. And if you have not found a Japanese friend or distributor to work with, you're going to share the website or the catalog to the Makuake curator so that we can help you find a potential candidate, potential the business partner with you. The product information can be written in English. So now this page, I'm talking about the budget for hiring the professional partners. If you don't know any of the Japanese friend can support your business expanding to Japan, you need an investment to find a professional partner to raise the percentage of your successful launch in the Japanese market. So you can work either with like project agency or the distributor. So number one is the project agency. The project agency asks you for the initial budget plus 10 to 15% commission of what you achieve through the Makuake project. And number two is a distributor option. The distributor will ask you for the budget, like depending on their price offer. That part, like you can negotiate to them. Number three is a customer support agency. Like if you have a friend able to create the page, but like you have no professional customer support system in your team, then you're able to hire a customer support agency. The budget is about approximate 2,000 USD amount of money per month. And the caution is this customer support agency doesn't include a service of the project page creation or so-called activity report, which is like an update or like a blog system through the Makuake platform. So now you have the final sample ready and Japanese partner ready. Then you are able to start the Makuake campaign. So this is the project flow of the Makuake campaign. The first step is the pre-launch preparation phase. In here, like you got to do the page creation and the legal checkup with the Makuake legal team and marketing campaign if necessary. This takes about 1 month and 1 month to 1 month and a half. For the cosmetics, food and food beverages, and the medical equipment, those campaigns can be like a little more difficult. So it's usually taking about 1 month and a half to 2 months for the preparation. So the project term, the project duration, the Makuake campaign itself is usually about 1 month and a half to 2 months. During this phase, you have to keep updating your project status and gather the supporters comments and make your project more successful and achievable. And once project term is over, the post project, usually about 2 months to 3 months. And within this post-project phase, you have two large things. One is fulfillment, and another thing is money transfer. The detail is going to be described like through the Makuake curator later, like once you apply to the Makuake, but fulfillment have to be done within the 6 months, and the money transfer is going to happening within a promised time frame. So now you know how to apply the Makuake, and now I want to move on to the things that you have to consider before entering the Japanese market. Because the Japanese market is quite unique and having different culture to Hawaii or the US. So these are the precaution I want to give you before coming to the Japanese market. First thing is you have to keep up with the time schedule. If you're applying to the certificate or so, then you have to keep us updated the status always in a proper time manner. And another most important thing is like you have to deliver the item within the promised ETA, because if you deliver delayed, if your delivery is being delayed, then customer has been protected by the consumer law, so they have a right to claim the refund. If that kind of case, like you have to refund the money not through the PayPal, like you have to like refund the money through the Japanese bank, and like customers like offering customer support in Japanese. And Makuake won't reimburse the 20% commission once project is being completed, but customers expecting 100% like refund. So the 20% is not coming back, but like you have to refund the 100% of what customer paid. So please be always on time and keep us update the status in a proper time manner. And second thing that you have to be careful is the quality control. First of all, like you have to sell the exactly the same product as presented in the project page. For example, in the sizing, colors, and the product specification. And also, all those content in the project page cannot be fixed once project page is launched. So please make sure like everything is offering correct information and no mistakes on the project page. And second thing on the quality control, the quality packaging. Please avoid damaged packaging. And if intentionally offering like reused packaging, for example, then please mention that please mention that in the project page. On talking of the packaging, it is okay to be written in English, so that the customer can feel okay. This package is coming from from Hawaii. But please make sure like you're including the instruction paper or so, or like thanks letter in Japanese. And the third thing about the Japanese standard service is the quick response and a notification. So customer service response has to be done like within 48 hours, and Makuake Curator will keep letting you know. Please make sure like you're responding within the proper time manner. And if any case of emergency, or like for example in case of delaying in delivery, you have to make sure you are letting customer know in the time before the thing is happening. And now I know the people like running a food business attending our webinar today. So I want to let you know that you have to you need an import notification certificate for the food and etc. like cutlery goods. Confirmed by the Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare. For applying this certificate, only Japanese in Japan corporation can apply to the import notification. So you have to find a business partner in Japan. And also, there are many different barriers you're facing, like when you comes into the Japanese market. That is why we are here. For like you may encounter language barrier, culture gap, distribution difficulty, legal matters. You don't know like what is the first step like you have to take when you come into the Japanese market. That is why we are here. So letting us know if you are passionate, like successful, like want to success in the Japanese market, please let us know like what kind of support do you need, and we're going to lead you to the successful running campaign. So again, next action, like first action is you have to apply in HiSTEP and pick a product. Number 2 is a pick a product never sold in the Japanese market and prepare the final sample ready. And the third step is you're going to find a professional, or it could be a friend, Japanese partner, like fluent in Japanese. Once you could put the check mark on these 3, let's talk about it. Your business successfully launched into the Japanese market, and we are here, always here to support you for you to reach out to the Japanese customer waiting for the essence of Hawaii. Okay, so now I'm done with my presentation, and I want to pass it down to Lyle Fujikawa, Business Development and Support Division of the DBEDT. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Thank you very much, Casey. Really appreciate your detailed presentation. And let's see. Sorry, make sure I have this. Okay, I wanted to just touch on HiSTEP very, very quickly, because the reason for our participation is because of our program. HiSTEP is the export development program of the state, and we have a lot of partners that we work together to support this. The biggest one is SBA. They have provided us a grant. Every year we apply, and we have been successful so far. We are very pleased to work with Makuake. This is for the very first time partnering with them. Their first time partnering with a foreign state, to put this together for the Made in Hawaii page. So we're very excited to put this together for our Hawaii companies. The reason why we are requiring the registration is Makuake is part of our program. So it's sort of fitting into the Hawaii pavilions, if you will, because it is an opportunity to sell directly to Japanese consumers. And so we are making sure that we can capture your information, first of all, and we will follow along as you proceed through the process, and hopefully having successful results, as well as gathering feedback and repeating that. So we are very pleased to add this to our strategy, our arsenal, if you will. A lot of times we do have B2B trade shows. We have some B2C events as well in Japan. And so for the first time from Hawaii, direct to consumers in Japan, we will have Makuake to support us, and we're very excited about that. I just want to mention also, we do have a company assistance program. So emails have gone out, and this will help you to defray costs of your export program. And it is a RFP process. We need to require you to propose your export plan. Is reviewed by a committee, and then they'll select the companies that we feel have the highest chance of success to achieve their goals. So what we're trying to do is sort out which expenses that you may incur through Makuake would be eligible, but overall for most of your export development costs, this program could help with some of them. And finally, again, success metrics. We will be following up with you after you have succeeded in your project, hopefully, fulfilled your products to your consumers, gathered feedback. We will be sending out a request for information, and not only at the end of the project, but hopefully that you have been so successful that you would do it again, right? You could do your repeat with new products, extension of whatever you're looking at, and continue to test the market until you find you're ready to really jump in and do a full-fledged exporting. So success metrics, of course, are important because we need to in turn report to not only the SBA, but to all of our partners that we do work with. Okay, and so my contact information, I'll have this deck up, but it's all in the other pages in the chat. But I just want to get this information out to you, and let's proceed now back to Takaho.
Thank you, Lyle. So for next part, we're gonna have Nomoto-san from Tsumiki Aoshi. Tsumiki Aoshi is an agency who work with and have a lot of experience to work with the foreigner companies for Makuake platform. Phil will introduce and explain a couple of the things that you have to consider to be successful in the Makuake platform. Thank you, Nomoto-san, for this lecture today. And please start whenever you're ready.
Okay, thanks, Takao-san. Let's see. 1 second. Okay, here we are. Thanks again for introduction, Takao-san. My name is Yoshi. I'm really happy to be here, and thanks to Makuake for inviting me on this great event. Okay, so I'd like to start with a short introduction of my company, so you know who we are. So the company is name of the company is Tsumiki, and what we do is we provide support to foreign companies who wants to try to get into Japanese market. And I have to say, Makuake platform is it's going to be a great start for you to get into Japanese market. So we provide support of Makuake project, starting from project management and project planning, fulfillment and customer support. And we are also sales agent and distributor in Japan. We have warehouse in Japan, so we can support you importing your products, keeping your stock in Japan, and pack and sending out to the customers. And we also provide other kinds of business support, such as conventions and creating online shopping site for you, and translation and other kinds of supports. So now I'd like to move on to our main topic for today, how to run Makuake project successfully. So there are many points I would like to talk about today, but time is limited. So I pick up 4 main points I want all of you to know. Communications, product quality and service standard, brand and product recognitions, and potential supporters. So we're going to start off from communications. I want you to know that Japanese culture is very, very different. It's extremely different from other countries. So the important point on communication, so you need precise communications. You need to have business level Japanese language skills. So I would suggest you to have native Japanese speaker in your team, or you want to find a partner in Japan, like your friends, or you want to find agents. If you don't know anyone, then you can ask Makuake, and they would introduce you some good agent for you. And also, I think Casey mentioned about this already, but prompt reply is very important. You want to get comments and inquiries while you're running a project, and you want to reply within 48 hours. 48 hours is Japanese standard, and you don't really want to make a customer wait any longer than that. They would be upset and they might leave. They might stop supporting your project. So you want to reply all the inquiries within 48 hours. Next topic is product quality and service standard. Expectations on quality and service standard is very, very high in Japan. So the product you want to deliver, you're going to send it out to the customer. It needs to be same as what you write on your project page. So any specifications and designs, if you are changing, then you need to tell your supporters in advance, so you can avoid any complaints, or you don't want to upset your supporters. And quality of your products, I'm pretty sure all of your products are in good quality, but many things which are not which are accepted in your country might not get accepted in Japan. For instance, little unnoticeable scratch or dust in your package and stuff, these things can lead to complaints. Japanese people are quite picky about these things. And product package and packing. Product package, Casey mentioned about this as well, but product package, it's supposed to protect your product, but we think that product package is part of your product. So if any package is dirty or damaged, then you might get complaint about these things. And there is many cases that because of the product package is damaged, it get returned and we have to replace the product. So you want to make sure when you export your product, you want to protect them very well. And packing for sending out products, you want to protect your product by using bubble wrapping and stuff and protect well. You don't really want to send it out by just putting in the box, because standard in Japan is very high. So you want to make sure you protect your product, no damages when you deliver them to your customers. Again, this one, Casey mentioned as well, time management is very, very important in Japan. If you promise that you're going to deliver in end of December, then you must deliver end of December. For instance, Amazon in Japan, if you purchase your product today, you'll get it by tomorrow, and you can specify the time as well. And this is the standard in Japan. So you want to make sure if you promise the time, you want to deliver it on time. And customer support, again, same for the communications, but after you deliver your products, you get inquiry and questions from your customers, and you want to reply all the questions within 48 hours. And brand and product recognitions. If nobody knows about your product or your brand or your running project in Japan, then you won't get any supporters. So, I mean, Makuake platform is great because there is thousands of people checking the new products. But again, at the same time, there are so many products coming out every day, and you'll be one of them. So you want to get fans and supporters in advance before you start your project. So how we can do it is we can use SNS such as Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I think Facebook is the most popular one in USA, but in Japan, Instagram is the most popular one. So you want to use Instagram. And influencers, they have many followers already, so it's good to use influencers. It's pretty effective. You want to send your product to YouTubers or Instagrammers, and they would give you a review. Sometimes they would do it for free by providing your product, and sometimes there will be a fee for the reviews. And using media is also good, so you can pick up some major online media, and you can directly contact them by sending emails, and also sending out press release is pretty effective as well. And potential supporters, if you're familiar with Kickstarters, then you would call them backers. For Makuake, we call them supporters. So building a potential supporter list is very essential for achieving your goals. So you want to use SNS, influencers, and medias to promote your product. But again, there are so many products coming out every day, and some people might see your product on Instagram, but they might forget about your product. So what you want to do is, once you promote your product and get people interested into your brands and products, you want to lead them to landing page. So you write your product information and you create sign up form on landing page, and you want them to type in their emails and subscribe. So you get newsletter subscribers, which means your potential supporter list. So once you get your potential supporter list, you can send email directly to them before you start your project or during your project to remind them that you are there, your brand is starting a project and stuff, so you don't miss any potential supporters. So to conclude, I made it step by step. Step 1, brand and product recognition. So you want to use SNS, influencers, medias to promote your product so people knows what you're doing. And step 2, potential supporters. So you want to lead these people to landing page, and you want to create potential supporter list so that you can approach them directly before you start your project. And third, communication. So communication is very important. So precise communications. I strongly suggest you to find partners in Japan, and prompt reply within 48 hours. Step 4, product quality and service standard. So you want to make sure that your quality control is good, and delivery schedules, you want to deliver things on time, and customer support. Again, this is within 48 hours. So yeah, your product is really good and quality is good, but if your communication and time management is bad, then your brand and product have a very negative image. So you want to make sure communication and time management is good. Okay, that's it for me. Thanks for listening.
Okay, thank you so much for Namato-san for this amazing presentation. I learned a lot, even I'm Japanese, I learned a lot how to actually you can start selling the product in Japan. And I also agree that idea that Japanese people really care about the quality and the time management. Okay, from now, I want to move to Q&A session. So I want to invite Casey, Kapo, and Lyle on this webinar. And then, so there's a couple questions we already have here. And the first question is from Brian. So you mentioned transfer to business accounts. Does this mean this Hawaii company need a Japanese business account? Where will the money be transferred to make Hawaii based bank account, or you need a bank account in Japan?
Thank you, Brian, for your questions. Oh, I can answer
sure.
the question.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you for the questions. This is Kapo from Makuake. Regarding the bank accounts, it is not necessary to have a Japanese bank account. That is the first point. And we can transfer the money directly to the applicant's bank account. So which means like if you use your company in Hawaii to apply for the projects, then we will transfer the money to your Hawaii company's Hawaii bank account. Yeah.
Okay. So I think Casey mentioned about when the refund happening, you have to send the money to those customers' Japanese bank account, right? It's like
it means like it was regarding for the I guess it was regarding the after sales part.
Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah,
in
after
case
sales. Yeah.
Yeah, in case if there is any customer, they raise up for a big complaint,
Mhm.
and then you want them to like, you want to solve the problem more quickly. The most fast way is to tell them like, we can do a Japanese local bank account refund to you. So
Okay.
in that case, it doesn't have to be your bank account. For example, if you have a partner in Japan, you can ask your bank partners to do this for you. Because
Okay.
otherwise you do the international transfer from your company from Hawaii to Japan. It costs time and it costs a transfer fee.
Mhm.
So in that case, it was about the after sales services part.
Okay. So it depends on like kind of what resources each Hawaii companies
Yeah.
have, or could be like if they have a distributor
Yeah,
can
yeah.
help them to kind of refund the process.
Yes.
Okay. And then since I think it's related to this question, there's a question says, when are the funds sent to in the process? I guess
Oh.
it means like a funds, like those kind of money
Yeah.
funded by the supporter or customers in
Mhm.
Makuake, one day
Mhm.
it's gonna transfer to the customer. I mean, sorry, Hawaii companies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. We will send out the amounts after the project finished. For overseas company, we will send it in 2 times. The first time we will send it after the project end, and then plus we will do a monthly close.
Mhm.
And then after that, at the monthly, from that day, we plus 1 month and 3 days, we will send out first part of the payment, which is 70% of the amount.
Okay.
And then the remaining 30% of the amount, we will send it out once the products have been arrived at customers' house or customer's place. And then we confirm that there is not any after sales problem. So we will transfer the remaining amounts to the customer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me clear this part. So let's say this a Hawaii company, they launch the project and then they do this like a purchasing time for the customer to buy was saying the 2 months. And after this 2 months, and then they will receive some money after this project. And then once all the this buyer received all the product, and then they're gonna receive the rest of money.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Great.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. No worries. Yeah, I'm just trying to do like it may be redundant, but okay. So okay, next question is from Michael. Are individual products sent to the customers from Hawaii, or is a product shipped in a box to a distributor for shipping from Japan? Shipping to the directory to buyers or supporters from Hawaii would added a lot of cost.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank
yeah.
you for the questions. I think regarding this part is about the logistic. Actually, it's either way will be fine. You can send it to customer door to door, or you send it in the box. It's fine as well. But whatever method you take is you have to ensure that the logistic cost or this cost has been included in the price that you written on the Makuake page. So which
Okay.
means like you will not charge any extra cost to the customer when they receive the product.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's maybe depends on the product, right? And maybe if it's like maybe fashion or apparel, they might easier for them to send mail ship to Japanese customer directory because there's no much regulation.
Yeah.
But maybe if you're selling some cosmetics or food product, you probably need a distributor in Japan and with a warehouse, which meaning they need some kind of like some kind of bulk. So you wanna maybe like you can reduce the cost, but you have to pay those distributor, and you need some amount of like scale for the product.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Thank you. So next question is from I think Nomoto-san from Tsumiki.
Sorry,
Can
Takaho,
you-
this person says they're anonymous, but we need to know who you are, please. Can you identify
Okay.
yourself?
Do you Okay, do you want to skip this question right now, and then maybe I want to move
Yeah,
to
we move on to the, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
related, so, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So next question is from Seiza. Sorry, did I pronounce correctly? Do you guys have provide distributor contacts in Japan or connections for this? I think you guys mentioned a couple of stuff, like a couple of times that you have you can referral, right, to those.
Yeah. Because our global team, we handle more than 700 of the overseas project every year. So we have these connections, and we have this agency or distributor connections. So once you apply for HiSTEP program, and then you get connected with us, and after we know the company's situations, then we will help them to introduce the distributor or agency according to like what kind of partner they want.
Right.
So how many, I would ask, maybe add in a question for this. How many of, I know you guys been working with a lot of non-Japanese companies, and you have a lot of good experiences to introduce those distributor and agency to non-Japanese companies, right?
Yeah.
Like how ratio, like how many of them successful? Like it just, I know like some company have a hard time to work with. What is the challenging part for a Hawaii company to find those agency in Japan? And what could be the advantage to find the distributor through you?
Because sometimes we really case by case, because sometimes we will introduce that for agency to the companies. So it really depends whether those companies, they think they can match with each other or not. So there isn't a very accurate, we didn't like calculate for numbers like what is the ratios on that. But I guess like quick communications between each other, like you're gonna have a response to each other quickly, then it will helps to do the business matching more smoothly.
Oh, I see. So maybe the better communication, good communication is the successful key to find a good partner.
Yeah.
Okay. So Eli, you want to mention something?
Sure. As well, you know, I mean, DBED is here to support you, Cesar. So if you have specific questions about the type of distribution you want to achieve, right, you know, by all means, let us know. And whether it's through our channels or we refer you to the, you know, commercial service contacts in Japan, right? You know, that's part of our job, is to find the importer and the distributor. So please, you know, when you sign up for HiSTEP, get that conversation going and let us know what you're looking for.
So it depends on the product or your business, but then either DBEDT or Makuake can help you. So for audience, please feel free to contact with them, DBEDT first, and then we can find the best solution for you guys. Okay, so next one is, so next question is Jomar. Do we need to have a product before signing up with HiSTEP for Makuake project? I understand the steps to get finally approved by Makuake, but I'm concerned about the first step required with HiSTEP. I think that Lyle can answer this question.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that Jorma, you're asking a question because you know our program. I mean, you just sign up, right? Sign up with HiSTEP and get in the program, and then you can do Makuake, you can do Tokyo National Gift Show, you can do other things. So yeah, so maybe that was for the general public, maybe. So thank you, Jorma. But really, I mean, you should have at least a product in mind. I think my understanding is that you have a prototype that you should be able to, you know, produce products, if I'm you know, correct on that. So you know, as close to finish as you can, correct? So you know, I think this is for someone like you, Jorma, with great products, and you're always coming up with new ones. I think this could be a great platform for you. Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe Lyle, you kind of thinking maybe HiSTEP registration not going to be much complicated. They just have to
just go.
with.
Yeah.
Okay.
They should have a product ready and go for that. I mean, if you have any questions, just ask me. Yeah.
Okay.
You can email me. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
So the next question, Michael, what is a typical distributor commission in Japan? do their supporters of product listed on Makuake expect to get a significant discount from normal retail pricing? I think it's a two questions. So first one is a typical distributor commission. And the second question is Makuake customer supporter is expecting huge discounts or what they expect from Makuake.
Okay.
So that's the second question.
Okay, thank you. For the first questions, actually, we don't have an average price or typical Japanese distributor commissions, but it really depends on like which kind of products you have, what kind of product are you going to talk with the distributor? So it really depends on the distributor and depends on the project of the product. So sorry that we cannot have a very accurate answers on these questions. Yeah. And then the second part about the discounts, actually for most of the projects, they will set the discount at around like 15 to 39%, but it is not a must. You can set it at 5% or 10%. So it depends on, it really like, it was free to, you can choose it, whatever any discounts you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can add some comments. I'm a super heavy user of Makuake. So I think that a lot of customers not necessarily looking for the huge discount. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But I think they're more looking for a super new product, and then they kind of want to support this new product. So it's like actually I see a lot of customers super passionate, like having like super long feedback for the product. So I think more like what kind of value, unique value you can add it. It doesn't have to be discount, maybe like something additional souvenir or something like that. So that part, I think Makuake is such a good consultant to ask them what could be the unique adding value for you instead of just a huge discount. So okay, just a extra comments from the fan.
And maybe if I could, from the Hawaii perspective, the reason why Makuake is so ideal for us is one, it's a huge platform, right? We have millions of customers. The customer profile, as I understand it, are not Hawaii lovers, right? They are people with money to spend. They may have had a difficult time in COVID and they want to make their life a little bit better, a little bit more luxurious, not, totally go crazy, but it's like those things that make their life better, right? And Hawaii products in general will tend to have that, aspirational emotional benefit. So I think the pricing, I think you have an opportunity to sell at a good price, meaning that everyone will make money, right? And the customer will be happy to pay because they know it's a good quality product, it's from Hawaii, it's new, right? I can't get it anywhere else, and it's being sent to me directly, right? And so I think Makuake brings so much to the table with not only the mechanism, the customers, but this opportunity to test things for the company, the Hawaii company, sorry, where, which product, right? Which pricing, and hopefully you can use that data because there's going to be a ton of data, right? And again, repeat. And, I think that's really the name of the game here,
Thank you, Lyle. So related to the question, I know it's a little bit, we passed a little bit time, but I want to keep on going a little bit more question. So I think we had a question from registered customers. Say it's asking question like what kind of customers, who is the most frequent user of a Makuake?
The frequent users in Makuake is 30 to 50 years old, and then a little bit wealthy business person. So they want what they want is they want some high quality product. They want to find some unique products on Makuake. So that's why all the products on Makuake you haven't seen it in anywhere in the Japanese markets. So we attract this kind of users to try to buy different kinds of goods on Makuake.
Okay. Great, thank you. Sorry, I think we have two questions here, so I wanna end after this two question. Sorry about extending time. So the next question from Joyce: are we able to put a cap on the numbers of product we sell? Is this a good platform for handmade business?
So it means like, is it okay? You can for
I
sure
think
start.
yeah, they can control the number of the product
Yeah,
they can
they
sell.
control numbers of the products. Actually, like for example, we sometimes will recommend the projects owner, they may set a limit amount
Mhm.
for the most like for the product with the highest discount. You have to limit the quota
Okay.
so that everyone will buy it quickly. Like if I cannot buy it as earlier as possible, then I cannot buy it. So it's really good to we recommend to set the numbers limitations for the products. Yeah, if you
Okay.
if you want to do it, yeah.
Thank
And
you.
then for handmade business, for sure, it's okay. Like we mentioned before, our customer, most of them, they want to find all of them, they want to find a unique products in the market. So handmade product, it was really good because it's very harder for you to find another product. And then it was also unique from Made in Hawaii. So we think that Hawaii handmade product business is also a very good potential products on Makuake as well.
Yeah, I thank you so much. But it's just like if I can add one more question, but like but still you have only 10 products that you can sell. It might be too difficult to open, right? What did you recommend? Expect, like what's the minimum quantity that you think it's the best for the company to start? Like, do you think at least I know it depends on the product, it could be varies. If it's like super kind of tech savvy equipment, maybe they can start from 50. Maybe if it's a cosmetic, it could be like 100. But like maybe
yes, you can. If
yeah.
it is for handmade business, I guess there any one point of the difficulty because it may be like if you want to make one product, it may take the time. So we have another rules, like after the project end, you have to ship the product within 6 months. So you can set the return and then set like maybe the first like 10 pieces, it will be arrived at the first month, and then another 10 pieces, you can set it as like 2 months later, 3 months later. So you can like calculate clearly about your capacity, production capacity.
Okay, I see. So you can actually control the timing to set up
Yes.
those like selling the top priority. Okay, thank you. That was a good information to know. Okay, so I think this will be the last question. So next question is, what is the process for the successful Makuake product launch in evolving a permanent product sales in Japan? Do retailers watch Makuake offering and approach owners of successful product? Think this mean, what is the process for successful Makuake product launch evolving permanent product sales in Japan? Do retailers which Makuake offering out of own success product? I think more like how you can be successful to like maybe like how you can make the successful pre-launch to make it like the product being successful all the time. Like how Makuake can help you to make this product sale sustainable. I think it is maybe that's a question, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the first, like as Nomoto-san has mentioned, like if you want the project to be success, you have to do a lot of preparations, and then you have to do those kind of SNS to make to collect some friend space. So in order to make your project success, and then if your project success, and then for the second question, do those retailer, because I think we always say that Makuake is not final stop for the Japan market. It was just like start point. So if you have success in the projects, there's actually a lot of retailer and media, they are looking on our platform and then searching for some unique product. So definitely those will tell, if you got a success on Makuake's projects, you have a big chance that those distributor, local, offline or online distributor, they find you, they contact you through the project page so that you can have a chance after Makuake.
I see. So
Yeah.
a lot of preparation is a key to success. And also I'm thinking maybe there you can get a lot of data for the pre-sale, right? And then those data is very useful for them to find what's the good strategy for them to keep the business in the
You can
town,
get the
right?
data from our site as well, like people from which age range they buy your products, or people from which locations in Japan, which prefectures in Japan they buy your products. This kind of data, you can check it and you can get an insight. And more, one more point is actually the customer in Makuake's platform, they quite involved in the project. So they will give you the comments. Very most of the customer, they will give you the comments, so you can check on the comments. Actually, we do have a lot of customers, like they do projects on Makuake not only for one time, like for 2 or 3 times, repeating and repeating. Why they can repeat it? Because they always got a new insights from customers' comments on Makuake's page. So based on those comments, they make another kind new products. So that is another point, like for your future business developments in Japan, that would be other important informations for you as well.
You can do this because all digital, right? Like you can get all the data. Thank you so much. Yeah, okay. I think we already kind of passed the time. So I want to end the webinar at this, I think it's already 4:11. So thank you so much for everybody to participate in this. Before you guys going out from this room, I just put in the link for this. We're going to do the second webinar. Specifically, we're going to introduce more case studies. One Hawaii company, maybe 1 to 2 Hawaii company who've been launched the Makuake, and those company will share the case study, what's their experiences with the Makuake platform. So if you have any like interested in, but if you don't know still, please participate this webinar. It's going to be January 24th, starting from 3 p.m. And also, if you are interested in, please contact to Lyle or Scott. No, sorry. I will put in the chat already for the contact for Lyle, also Scott, and also I put the link for the HiSTEP registration. And also we're gonna, if you have any updates for this Makuake project, DBEDT will send you to the email through the email newsletter for the update. So please keep up with us. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.